My name is Alexei.
My name is A.Paliakou.
We work at Brimit, and today we are going to talk about marketing automation in Sitecore Commerce, latest and greatest version 9.3, which has just been released a month ago or so. We will present the exact same topic presentation at SUCCON, so please don't make any videos or pictures because we are not allowed to share this ahead of SUCCON. We will present a bit more advanced presentation there. So yeah, that's why we have SUCCON here. So let's move ahead.
Yeah, so basically Sitecore released a new version with a lot of improvements, basically bunch of scalability and performance improvements, new features for the business tools, so with the possibility to charge in orders, in promotions, and so on. New promotions feature now, we can just set the end date for promotion. Before it was not possible. Some massive storefront and SXA improvements, basically deployment improvements. Now we're able to uninstall Sitecore Commerce after the installation, so it's also a good advantage. Basically, and one of the main improvements for me it was that Sitecore released some features related to marketing automation and XDB.
And this is what we are going to cover in this session today. So before we move on to Sitecore Commerce features and marketing automation in Sitecore Commerce, we need to highlight some new features released in Sitecore 9 without commerce, basically. One of the great features released is ability to... How many of you used marketing automation? Okay. 2. Okay, great. So in Sitecore 9.3, there is a new feature to enroll contacts from segmented list at a specific time of the day or date of the month. Basically, this is called like scheduled enrollment, and you can specify a segmented list. You cannot specify a contact list, just segmented list. And this list will be enrolled in the automation plan based on the defined criteria. One of the great features available in Sitecore 9.3 marketing automation. One of the important features of the marketing automation is obviously emails. Emails is like a primary channel for all automations out of the box. And Sitecore 9.3 comes with a number of predefined out of the box EXM templates. You have one regular email campaign template and 3 automated email campaigns. The highlighted here are recommended products, which Andrew is going to describe in a bit more details. But those are like major emails available in Sitecore 9.3 out of the box, and you can make use of them in your communication.
So basically, as an example, here you can see just email template for regular product recommendation email, which contains like a text with a token. It's a first name, which will be replaced when we will send it, and if we have this information in personal facet in Sitecore in Xconnect, so it will be replaced, and a new one component is the email product recommendations rendering. Basically, the data source item contains 4 additional parameters. One of these is like just the product page link text. Another one is a product query. Product query supports SXA scopes. Basically, you can build your query and filter your products by your custom query, which support to make it flexible and get and render all the items whatever you want. It's the third one. It's a max number of recommendation products. Basically, by default, it's equal 4. It means that it depends on how many products you render in our email product recommendations rendering. It contains some logic based on depending on what kind of template will you use, if it's automated email template or it's regular. If it's an automated, it will just build recommended products based on cart line items. So in case if you just put 4 aesthetical recommended products, if you purchase, for example, 1 product, it will just go and retrieve 4 related products for the cart line. In case if you order it, for example, two products, basically you have 2 cart lines, and you will put something like 6 max number of recommendation products. It will first retrieve all maximum recommended products for the first cart line item, and another half will take from another 1 cart line recommendation products. Also, the first one parameter is like related product facet name. Basically, in Sitecore Commerce, as you know, we can build multiple relationships between entities, and one of the existing out-of-the-box entity is related sellable item to sellable item. Basically, it's a relation, and Sitecore Commerce has a separate section where we can manually define list of related items per each sellable item. Basically, it's also flexible that you can build your own relationship and retrieve sellable item entities in your custom way.
You can leave this products query field empty, and then Sitecore will recommend products based on last order placed by the customer. Yeah, a bit more details about search scopes.
Regarding search scopes, out of the box it support to define your query for the category scope based on the catalog, based on the location, based on some product properties which you can build in your scope, and then you can use it and filter and render more related scope of products in customer emails or on any views on the web page. So basically here we're trying to show that how can we achieve, for example, Black Friday email. First, what needs to be done, usually for the Black Friday, it's a big selling day and all sales grows up, and a lot of basically customers, not customers, basically web shops want to sell special products with special offers. How it can be done in Sitecore Commerce? Basically, we can mark our sellable items, basically products and variants, with the tags. In current situation, we added Black Friday tag to sellable items, and then we built a query, basically scope query, with some parameters. And one of these parameters is Black Friday tag. As I say, content property, basically it's part of source document. It's a content field which contains also text. Out of the box, Sitecore text doesn't have separate field in source document for text, but it's a part of SXA content. Basically, we can retrieve and filter products by this tag. And as a result, we have for products is one of them. Basically,
Yeah, you can see that the product ID matches from the search results and from the product definition.
Yeah. So what next? After that, if you want to send any email with EXM, you know that first of all we need to select any include list and exclude list. In case of include list, we can just use some rules which Sitecore also released in this Matter 3 version. One of them is that whoever the content has triggered the goal, visitor order created in past 28 days. Basically, we're trying to retrieve all customers and send to all customers who purchase something in past 28 days. So as you can see, the result of this segmented list, basically segmented list was created. We have 3 customers who purchased in the last 28 days. And after that, we were able to send our email campaign. And as a result, they will receive our Black Friday email with related product which we will sell with a discount. So this is how it can be achieved in Sitecore.
So one of the rules added in Sitecore Commerce 9.3 is a rule where customers who purchased a given product. So you can make use of this rule to create a segmented list and select customers who purchase specific products. So maybe you want to follow up with some related products or anything like this. So this rule is available out of the box, and it is built based on a commerce interaction cache, which is a facet also introduced in Sitecore Commerce 3, contact facet. And the rule makes use of the contact commerce interaction provider, which you can also make use if you're building your custom rules, and let's say you want to make use of abandoned carts as part of your rule logic. This provider will let you kind of quickly get access to the contact abandoned carts. You can also quickly get access to contact orders, and so you can build a number of different rules for segmentation purposes based on this commerce interaction cache facet introduced in Sitecore Commerce 9.3.
So also all this configuration you can make for this commerce interaction cache in Xconnect. Basically, here it's a config press where we can manage it. In case of we will need to change something, we need to update configuration in 2 places. The first one, it should be commerce interaction cache handler, and the second one is the commerce interaction basically for content merge handler and for calculated pasted handler. There are three properties which can be managed. It's a maximum interaction count, maximum cache entry count, and maximum interaction per use, basically with the default values there.
I think we have a moment where we should demonstrate what exactly is available in commerce interaction cache. Yep. If you can switch.
1 card per user, but we can play around with it and make more than 1 card, which is related for the customer basically. So some information regarding card lines, what was purchased, and so on. So let's scroll down a bit. So it also contains information regarding total amount for each card line. So and total amount of currency, all necessary stuff. Also,
you can expand orders. So the exact same commerce interaction facet, cache facet, contains also any orders that this customer placed in the past. So you can also make use of this information for your purposes, for your segmentation conditions.
Yeah, only one note that status will not be updated for the order. Basically, it's all the time. You will see that you have orders, or all your orders will be in pending status in XDB, but in case of commerce, it will be updated. So based on the order flow. But for now, it's just always you will see pending status here.
Finally, you will also find visited categories, visited products down there if we scroll. So a lot of valuable information is available in this facet, and you can make use of this information. Can we go back to presentation, please? So before we move on to marketing automation and commerce, it is important to understand like the entry modes available in Sitecore Marketing Automation. There are 3 entry modes, and the first one is single enrollment. This option is not available in Sitecore UI. So if you go to Sitecore Marketing Automation and start editing your marketing automation plan, you will be able to change the number of maximum enrollments and set it to unlimited. Basically, when you change these 2 properties, you have more time, and that's it. This code will not allow to enroll it a 3rd time. However, there is also an option to have the same contact enrolled multiple times concurrently, and we will get back to this option a bit later. So just when you start playing with Sitecore Marketing Automation, be sure you understand what exactly your enrollment entry mode is. So the next we are finally moving to the marketing automation campaigns, and the first campaign available out of the box is order placed, new order placed, and basically this is what you get out of the box. Very small marketing automation plan. By default, it will have like 2 email actions, but they are not defined. You don't have any email template selected. So next you have to do is to select the exact email campaign. And in order to select automated email, you have to create it first in EXM. So this is not created by default. So you have to go back to EXM and create an automated email, and then you can select it in the corresponding activity. And the idea of this marketing automation plan is that we capture the moment order is placed, and immediately we send an email order placed. Then we wait for 14 days, and we send another email with recommended products. So this is what you get out of the box, and with just a few clicks, without any coding or additional configuration, you can make use of this marketing automation plan. And this is what the email will look like. The first email with new order placed will look like this. So you get information about products purchased, delivery information, and obviously the price you paid for this order. Now, this marketing automation plan runs in re-entry mode equal to 2, which means the same contact can be in this automation plan like multiple times simultaneously, basically concurrently. So the exact same contact will be in the same automation plan concurrently. And in order to enable this kind of behavior, Sitecore has, again, we see an automation plan selected, and we see plan data, which is a definition of the entire marketing automation plan. And there we have this re-entry mode equal to 2. And what's important is that we have context key factory implementation here, which will basically tell Sitecore how to treat multiple, or basically how to treat the same contact multiple times. And there we need a unique ID, and this context key factory provider is intended to generate the key. And what you can see is that the default implementation from Sitecore will make use of order ID. So when the same contact is enrolled in this automation plan multiple times, the order ID will be like a unique identifier for this contact. So Sitecore can still operate with the same contact enrolled multiple times concurrently. What else you get from Sitecore Commerce 9.3 is like a new activity type called Send Commerce Email, which you can also find in Marketing Actions. So we had Send Email already in the past. The reason we have Send Commerce Email is because we need to pass additional context from Sitecore Marketing Automation to Sitecore Commerce, so that to Sitecore EXM, sorry, so that EXM can build and can make use of the order information and can send an email which is specific to the order. So the shop name and the order ID will be submitted to EXM with the parameters, and then the renderings available in the EXM automated template will make use of these parameters. So that's why we have this new activity type called Send Commerce Email. It will just push the context of the order from automation plan to EXM. The next campaign available in Sitecore Commerce 9.3 out of the box is Abandoned Cart campaign. And this is where we want to sort of push the contact, complete the order if the order was not finalized. So you have some products in your shopping cart, but you haven't made a purchase. So for that purpose, we have this automation plan. Again, it will get started with products added to the shopping cart. And the first condition in the automation plan is to check if the cart is manipulated. And this condition is again added in Sitecore Commerce 9.3 out of the box. So if the cart was manipulated, then we just give this contact another chance, and we sort of push it to the right and return it to the start. So we will wait for another date, for another day, if this contact is making any changes in the cart. So if the changes are made in the cart, then we don't want to push him. We let him play with the cart, add additional products. Now, finally, if the cart was not manipulated for one day, we move to the next condition, which is to double check if the cart is already empty. If the cart is empty, we just quit this automation plan. If the cart is not empty and we finally have an email, which is important to communicate, then we can send email reminding this contact about abandoned cart, and we will hope this email will make the contact finalize the order. Another activity type added in Sitecore Commerce 3 is raise abandoned cart event. Basically, it will just create a so-called synthetic interaction with specific event added to this interaction, which is abandoned cart event. And basically, this information will be helpful for analytics purposes, for additional segmentation potentially in the future, for reporting, etc., etc. So this activity type is just aimed to add additional information to XDB. This marketing automation plan runs by default in re-entry mode 1, meaning the same contact can be enrolled in this plan only once at a time. And this is like an example of the abandoned cart email. Again, everything you have just seen is available out of the box. There was zero code written to make it work, and we didn't experience any issues at all configuring it.
So basically, another one feature which also was solved in new release is basically abandoned for anonymous contact. Since we have anonymous contact and we don't know his email address, how we can get this information? Of course, when the customer will put something to the basket and go into just cart overview page, we don't know his email address. After that, when he will go to provide his shipping address, and the third one page will be billing page. On the billing page, customer will need to provide his email address for billing purposes. So in that case, Sitecore added new processor for that. It's a set anonymous preferred email processor. What's happening there? Basically, it's just saving this billing address direct to the customer cart entity in commerce, and also it creates commerce facet with all necessary. Basically, it also updates email facet for the customer and make identifier for like a commerce connector. With all this stuff, it makes to be able to just send and know our customers who just didn't create and didn't sign up on our site, but they only provided email address on billing page.
So the two marketing automation plans we just showed you are available out of the box. You can obviously come up with your ideas and your marketing automation plans. The one we will show at SUGCON specifically is like an automation plan for order shipped, just to send an email telling the contact that your order was shipped and maybe put additional related products as recommended. So this will be revealed at SUGCON. And another scenario we will reveal at SUGCON is like an automation. Your product, the product you have in your cart is selling fast, and this will kind of stimulate the contact to go ahead and make a purchase instead of waiting for the product to be out of stock. Again, this will be available at SUGCON, so if you have not signed up, go ahead and sign up for SUGCON. The one additional automation plan we have available today is to send a more personalized email. Let's say we have this abandoned cart email, which will just remind about the products you have in shopping cart and that you should complete your purchase. Let's say we want to be a bit more incentive and send an email offering free shipping if the cart is below $100. If the cart is between 100 and 500, then we send a 5% discount to incentivize this contact to complete the purchase. And finally, if the order is really big, 500 plus, then we want to send a 10% discount coupon. So instead of sending just one email, we can customize marketing automation plan to send three emails. The only additional configuration and code you have to do is create a condition that will check order value. There is no condition available out of the box, and based on the available conditions, we just created another condition to check the order value. Andrei can demonstrate you the implementation for this condition.
So basically, here's our
Should
cart mount condition.
Probably zoom a little bit. As parameters for this condition, we will have comparison, like greater, equal, less than, etc., and the number. So these parameters will be available as part of the marketing automation context, rule context.
Yeah. So another part, you can get any event. Sitecore out of the box contains like lines removed from cart, page event, line updated on cart, page event, and the third one, line added cart page event. Basically based on if we will get, if we will have some one of this email, so then we will be able to just retrieve cart. Basically, commerce event, page event will contain also cart object. With this cart object, we will be able to retrieve information regarding the cart total amount, and make our comparison in between our specific amount. Should be less, greater, or equal with any value.
So with just a few lines of code, you create additional condition for your marketing automation to check against the shopping cart value, and then you can like send 3 different emails with different promotion codes and discounts. Let's go back to presentation. So based on our experience, a lot of features are available out of the box. They really all work without any issues at all. And we managed to create additional condition within just 1 hour based on the information available, and kind of customize this marketing automation plan. So the marketing automation in Sitecore Commerce is really there. It is functional. It doesn't have any issues at all, and it's pretty much all available out of the box. And that's all we have for today. Thank you. Questions? Go ahead.
Thank you for your presentations, very informative. I have one question, but about out-of-the-box feature, like product recommendation email. If I understand you correctly, you have a list of products, and you should manually assign a list of related items to each product.
Yeah, basically you can build a relationship between entities. Sitecore Commerce has multiple out-of-the-box entities like sellable item entity, cart entity, order entity, and so on. Basically, you can build a relationship between entity to entity. In case of sellable item, you can build your customer relationship. Basically, recommended sellable item to sellable item.
And when your product recommendation email is sent to concrete customer, it looks at his order and choose the products that are related to the latest cart.
Basically, since we have an order ID, right, so we can retrieve cart lines which was purchased. Basically, it's all the products which customer purchased. Then we can go and retrieve information per each purchase product. Basically, we have a product ID. We can retrieve information about this product, and this information will also contain related items.
Yes.
Yeah. Out of the box.
And this is out of the box feature of Commerce.
But
yes.
One will know that only you can build it manually. Basically, you can prepare a list of related items manually without any Cortex.
But related and recommendation is some different stuff.
Yeah.
I suggest to implement together our model inside Core Cortex, because recommendation system doesn't work this way.
We can extend it also with Sitecore Cortex. So basically, we can extend the provider, and as Sitecore documentation says, basically, also only what we need to get, it's a just list of product IDs for the recommendation. Basically, you can just send some input parameters to any suggestion engine, and then as a response, we can receive a list of recommended products. So we can build it in custom way, not just use out of the box manual.
Let's improve it together.
It's a good idea for another
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's leave it for symposium.
Any further questions? Okay, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.